Today is the 24th of April. Welcome to Voice of British Orthodoxy. I'm, of course, Reader Lazar. Today we have we have 4 entries. Okay. 4 entries, and they seem to be the same across all 4 sources, but, right, our first entry is Saint Difnan, and he is from the 5th century. Though reputed to have been a son of the great Welsh chieftain, Saint Brohan of Breheniog, 6th of April, Saint Difnan's name does not appear in either version of the Carnitio de Bruhan. Saint Difnan is the patron of Clan DDYFNAN in Anglesey, where, according to tradition, he is buried. We are unable to verify the date of this saint's repose beyond some point in the 5th century. Saint Difnan, born in Wales, founded a church in Anglesey, 5th century is in brackets. He was a son of King Saint Brohan Breheniog. I'm going to try and speak loudly, even though I must admit the volume has been a bit bad on my recent videos because I've been fighting the flu. But according to the mic recording thing on OBS, it is apparently at a suitable level, so I don't know if I don't actually know what the issue is. Anyway, our next entry for today is Saint Egbert of Rathmigisi and Iona. And he is from the 8th century. An Englishman, St. Egbert, like many of his contemporaries, went to Ireland to study and immerse himself in the sanctity of monastic life there. Whilst there, he was the primary organiser of the mission to evangelise the German peoples, and was instrumental in recruiting St. Willibrord, 7th of November, Egbert, 12th of April, and others to undertake the mission. Around AD 716, he went to Iona, where he played a key role in persuading the monks to observe the Roman method of calculating the date of Easter. St. Egbert remained in Iona as a hermit until his repose on Easter Sunday, AD 729. The Oxford Dictionary of the Christian Church speculates that his death may have been the impetus for St. Bede the Venerable, 25th of May, to commence his work on his ecclesiastical history. Forgive me. Right, so, okay. Okay, now I'm confused. Okay, so, in the book, the next entry is Saint Ivo, but there is no Saint Ivo in the group chat, so I guess just read this while I read Saint Ivo's entry, and his date is uncertain. Unknown, forgive me. It is believed that Saint Ivo was a bishop of Persia who came to England towards the end of the 6th century to live as a hermit. Unfortunately, there are no records to support this belief. Miracles at his tomb bore witness to his sanctity, and his relics were enshrined at Ramsey Abbey. The town of St. Ives in Huntingdonshire takes its name from him. Yeah, there's no group chat entry because instead of St. Ivo, there is St. Wilfrid. Well, there is a St. Wilfrid, who I'm pretty sure was commemorated yesterday on the Vineyards. Anyway, the final entry for today is St. Mellitus, and he is from the 7th century. St. Mellitus was a member of the group sent by Pope St. Gregory the Dialogist to England. So sent by Pope St. Gregory the Dialogist to England in AD 601, when St. Augustine, 27th of May, requested assistance. After 3 years evangelising in Kent, St. Augustine consecrated him Bishop of the East Saxons, with his see in London. He was soon forced into exile in Gaul for refusing to commune non-believers. His exile was short-lived, and St. Mellitus soon returned to Kent, and was chosen to succeed St. Lawrence as 3rd Archbishop of Canterbury. St. Lawrence is commemorated on the 2nd of February, by the way. St. Mellitus reposed in AD 624. St. Mellitus, the 1st Bishop of London. In the Saxon period, the 3rd Archbishop of Canterbury, and a member of the Gregorian mission sent to England, 624 AD. Abbot of St. Andrew's on the Carolean Hill in Rome, he was sent by St. Gregory the Great to England in 601. He spent 3 years in Kent and then became Bishop of London. He was exiled to France for refusing to give communion to apostates. In 619, he was recalled to Kent to succeed St. Lawrence as third Archbishop of Canterbury. During his tenure, he was alleged to have miraculously saved the cathedral and much of the town of Canterbury from a fire. So, as mentioned, there is a bonus entry for St. Wilfrid, Bishop of York, 709, it is in brackets. Born a Northumbrian noble, he entered religious life as a teenager and studied at Lindisfarne, at Canterbury, in Francia, and at Rome. Forgive me. He returned to Northumbria in about 660 and became the abbot of a newly founded monastery at Ripon. In 664, Wilfrid acted as a spokesman for the Roman position at the Synod of Whitby, and became famous for his speech advocating that the Roman method for calculating the date of Easter should be adopted. At one point, King Egbert expelled him from York, and St. Wilfrid travelled to Rome to appeal to the papacy. Pope Agatha ruled in Wilfrid's favour, but King Egbert refused to honour the papal decree and instead imprisoned St. Wilfrid on his return to Northumbria before exiling him. He spent next 3 years in Selsey, now West Sussex, where he founded an episcopacy and converted the pagan inhabitants of the Kingdom of Sussex to Christianity. I'm pretty sure we commemorate him in May, right? That sounds like the St. Wilfrid that we commemorate in May. I mean, it's included for today. I'm trying to remember. It is May, right? I think. In fact, before we do end today's episode, I am actually going to double check. I know we've definitely covered St. Wilfrid before. I just don't remember when. I think it's later on in the year. Forgive me. It appears I am silly. I do apologise. Right, you know what, it matters not. There's a St. Wilfrid that I do think comes up, but you know what, I'm just going to end the episode here. May those saints intercede for us before the righteous judge. I've been Riddle Lazar, God bless you all, and Amen.